Have you ever felt the, like, happiness was just out of reach? Like, no matter how hard you try, chasing the next goal, the next relationship, the next vacation, it slips away? What if I told you the secret to joy isn't in chasing it, but in letting it come to you? Joy is already here, waiting to be noticed, and today we're going to uncover it together. Welcome back, everyone, to Joy Without Justification. And today we are going to explore how to find happiness. It is something that, a lot of people keep chasing, keep trying to pursue, and yet are unaware that you are already living in that moment. We are your hosts, Denny and Dan. And Dan, what do you have to think on all this?
Well, we've all been stuck in this trap, myself included, and you lived it with me, so you know. And that's believing that joy would come once you hit the next milestone, or I got the next thing, or fixed the next problem, or got the next commission check, or whatever the case may be. But every time I got there, yeah, I'd be happy, but it was fleeting. And the harder I tried, the emptier I feel. So this is something I think that we definitely all can relate to.
Yeah, so it's more or less a happiness trap. And this idea that we're all being sold that joy is something we have to earn. Today we're going to break free together. We'll uncover why chasing joy doesn't work, how to stop, and 3 simple ways to notice that happiness is already within and around you. So let's dive into that. Let's start with a universal struggle. Have you ever thought, I'll be happy when I get that next promotion, or when I find the next partner, the right partner? I guess that should be.
And you found me.
Yeah. Or whenever I have enough money to retire at an early age. But here's the thing. Even when those things happen, are you really going to have joy? It doesn't last.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just base your joy on material possessions.
Right.
And it doesn't come sometimes at all if that's what you're basing it on. Why? Well, that's the happiness trap. It's the lie that tries to tie everything externally and making it something you have to chase after, rather than something that you can sit there and be like, wow,
Right.
It's here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah, it's like trying to catch a butterfly. So, the harder you try to run after it, like you did when you was a kid, trying to catch them, the more it flutters and flies away. But if you just kind of sit really still, just sit there and simply be, that butterfly may come and land on your shoulder.
I didn't really try to catch butterflies when I was younger.
You didn't?
No, we chased bees.
Oh, well, you would. You would. I didn't like being stung. But,
well, I didn't either.
But happiness, that's like that butterfly. So it comes when you stop chasing it and you just simply notice it. So don't force it. Just notice it. So the tighter we grip the idea of happiness, the more it slips through our fingers. Joy isn't something we achieve, it's something that we uncover.
So let's take a look at why it doesn't work chasing joy. Joy isn't out there. It's not in the next achievement or the next big thing. Joy is already here, but we're too busy looking ahead to notice it. Mm-hmm. Joy isn't, Susie down the road got a new iPhone. And I've got to have that phone because, she has one. Right. And I'm not going to be happy until I get one.
Right.
And, why? Because you want to be like Susie?
Right.
I mean, why do you want to try to be like somebody else? Why not try to find happiness in yourself?
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, through a lot of my history, I'd say probably in the last 8 months or a year, I started kind of following a Zen path.
Yeah.
Really. And I do it as a philosophy and a way of life. And the Zen philosophy teaches that the present moment, that is the only place that joy can exist. Where we live in the future, I'll be happy when we miss the small, beautiful moments of it happening right now. So remember, the past is done. You can fret and regret, but you can't change it. And we imagine outcomes in the future. Most of the time, those don't come true. So it's kind of like, to me, it's like standing in the river. We live near the Ohio River. So if we put our feet in the Ohio River, and
no, sharks.
Well, yeah. Okay, that's another thing. But if you put your feet in the Ohio River, and as the current moves, you're not standing in the same water twice. Well, let that sink in. So that's the way life flows anyway. So, it's impermanent, and you just want to be in the moment that you're in, because poof, it's gone.
So let's take a look at that. So what you're saying is, let's take a look at this for an example. The last time you truly felt any sort of peace, when was it? Maybe that first cup of coffee you have in the morning. Or it's raining outside and you get to sit and listen to the rain and enjoy the tranquil sound of it.
Right.
Or even whether you're just laying in bed before you go to sleep at night, or like sometimes I like to sit out on the back porch or even on the front porch, like I've said, whenever I take the dog out.
Yeah.
And there's no traffic. There's not really even any noise.
Right.
But you get to sit and you get to take it all in.
Yes.
The peace,
yes.
The tranquility.
Yes.
That's something to really experience when you get the chance to do something like that. And God knows I love my first cup of coffee in the morning.
God knows we all love him to have his first cup of coffee.
Oh, yeah.
But, my husband is Zen, and he doesn't really know it, because that really is what the teaching is about, is just that present moment that you're in right there.
Well, I probably have really never even put much of a thought behind it. I mean, it may be the Zen practice, mm-hmm. but I've never really put my mind to it, because it's just, to me, it's just living normal life.
Right. It is.
Being able to take all this stuff in.
The peace comes in those quiet times. And we go, I'm bored. But that's where the peace is, right? So.
Never with you. Never with you.
But we don't find joy by adding things to our lives. We find it by noticing what's already here. So let that sink in. I mean, joy is already here. You just got to quiet your mind, and you just got to see it.
So then, Dan, how do we stop chasing and we start noticing the joy that's around us?
Well, mindful breathing, meditation, those kinds of things. Pause for 3 deep breaths. Feel the air as it enters your nose and fills your lungs. Then exhale slowly and release all that tension. This simple act anchors you to the present moment where joy lives. So, get in the habit of focusing, on your breath. Your breath is your anchor. You inhale peace and you exhale the need to chase. Gratitude is huge. And something I learned a long time ago when I, believe it or not, was practicing neo-monasticism with the Episcopal Church, but gratitude is huge. So take 30 seconds to notice one small thing that you're grateful for. It could be the warmth of the sunlight, the laughter of a loved one, the comfort of your favorite chair, a favorite song. These little things are seeds of joy. And, think about those in the ordinary. So gratitude turns what we have into enough. So when we start being grateful for what we have, you don't need more. So reframe should to could. Instead of saying I should be happy, try I could notice joy right now. This tiny shift, just the way you process that, opens the door to possibility instead of pressure. So happiness isn't a demand, it's an invitation. You've got to be willing to invite that in.
So we challenge you to try one of these practices today. Joy isn't in the next thing. It's in this thing right here, right now, and we just need to start noticing that and quit trying to shoot for the stars when you are already living that star moment.
Right. So here's what we've learned. The harder you chase joy, the further it drifts away. But when you stop, when you breathe, when you notice the beauty already around you, that's where joy lives. So it's right there. You just got to see it. You've got to believe it.
Joy doesn't hide. It waits. And it's waiting for you in the moments going on around you. So today, share one small joy you've noticed with someone else. Let's start a ripple effect.
So if this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need it. And let's create that ripple effect of joy. And if you try one of these practices, email us at joywithoutjustification@gmail.com, because we would love to hear about the small joys you uncovered today. And you can also follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Blue Sky.
And so let's take a look at next week's episode. We will be getting ready with our pre-Thanksgiving podcast.
Yes.
When we release it that day. So we'll be looking ahead to what kind of gratitude are you going to be thankful for this Thanksgiving. So tune in next week for that episode. And remember, joy isn't something you find. It's something you notice. And so, on that note, as always, take care of yourself. Go out there, enjoy life. Peace out.